Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? Okay, good morning, everyone. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, well, this is an unusual situation. Normally, when we're here, it's Ms. Rosie Washington who has the platform, and she has very graciously allowed us to kick it off. So just everyone, please give a round of applause to Silver Mondays and Ms. Rosie Washington. Thank you so much for having us here today. I'm Erica Blackwell. I'm Chief Communications Officer for the City of Gary. I'm not going to take long here. I want to welcome everybody. We do have a special announcement here with our partners from AARP that we're very excited to share with you all. And again, we're very grateful and appreciative to be hosted by Jay's Breakfast Club and Silver Monday. So please do order. There are servers walking around ready to take your order, everybody who's here, and we're going to get started. So with that, I will pass it to Mayor Melton. Thank you.
Good morning. Can we do quick introductions around the table so folks will know who's in the room? I'm going to pass the mic. We're going to start on this end.
I'm David Wright. I'm Planning and Marketing Manager for Gary Transit.
Mattie Fitzgerald-Williams, Director of Parks.
All right.
Kiana Grant, Director of the Mayor's Office of Constituent Services.
Emily Gorman, Director of Community Engagement with AARP Indiana.
Dr. Janet Seabrook, City of Gary Health Commissioner.
Dawn Michaels, Habitat for Humanity of Northwest Indiana, Executive Director.
All right. Let's give everyone a hand again, ladies and gentlemen. I want to echo what Erica shared. I want to thank Jocelyn and her team for always hosting us, for being a good friend and partner to the City of Gary. And it's up to us as a community to continue to support Jay's Breakfast Club and the organizations and small businesses that are trying to give us a greater quality of life. And that's something that we've got to appreciate and be very grateful for. Today is a special day. This is a unique format. I told them I feel like I'm on The View up here. But it's a unique format because we wanted to have a conversation. We wanted to talk about the overall quality of life in the city of Gary. We are a little bit over 1 year into the Melton administration, and we have several members of our cabinet that's here and our team, and we're going to open it up for some Q&A a little bit after this conversation. So I want to just put a stick pin here. This intersection in the city, let me tell you how special this is and how it connects and relates to this subject that I'm going to talk about today. My grandmother, she lived off of, I would say, 21st and Georgia Street. We used to travel throughout this entire city using GPTC, and I remember it as a child. And I remember when I woke up this morning, it made me think about one instance where when you're a kid, when you didn't want to get up, she would give me up very early. She would go to various departments within the city to whatever assistance or whatever support she was receiving as a senior at that time. And I remember she would carry this plastic decorative bag to go shopping. And I remember very clearly going to that fruit market that used to be across the street. Right here, y'all remember that fruit market? And I remember getting on the bus, and then she would put that bag in one of those traveling carts. And we would walk up and down Broadway to catch the bus. All of those are memories that I cherish. The memory of the values and principles that my grandmother instilled in me as a young man growing up in the city of Gary, and just the overall quality of life and having access having access to fresh fruits and vegetables at that time, something that I took for granted. And these are the issues and the topics that we have to look at today. And as mayor, it's extremely important to me that we figure out what can we do as a city to ensure that we're increasing and improving access, be it housing, be it health care, making sure that is fresh, affordable food. Every day we're listening to the media and we're sitting on the edge of our seats because we hear about tariffs. And many of us may or may not know what that means. But the United States right now is possibly entering into a trade war with other countries, with Mexico, with Canada. Fuel prices might go up. Food prices might go up. So as we look at local government, we have to look and see what can we do to better improve the quality of life. There was some data in here, and I want to thank Erica for sharing this with me. According to the U.S. Census estimates for 2023 in Gary, there was 32% of residents are 50 years old or older. 24% of residents are 60 plus years or older. And 12% of our residents are 70 years plus or older. So with that meaning close to over half of our population, Gary is 52 square miles. I talk about this often with our chief of police and fire chief. Although our population has shrunken over the years, the footprint of the city still remains the same. And we still have to provide a certain level of quality. And I'll be very honest with you, and I know that you're going to be honest with me. Over the years, you may feel like you have not received that quality in certain areas. And those are the things we want to talk about as this conversation goes on. And as mayor, I'm committed to addressing the unique needs of our aging population and creating an age-friendly environment where our seniors can thrive. This is why today I'm pleased to announce I'll be signing an executive order that allows the creation of Gary's first age-friendly advisory council. This council, consisting of 13 appointed members by myself as mayor, will serve 2 terms, or 2-year terms. Will be a part of the AARP network of age-friendly states and communities. So we want to acknowledge and thank those members of AARP, Emily and her team, and the volunteers that are here today. We want to thank you for being a part and allowing us to be a part of this commitment. And I'm confident that this council will help the city better understand and respond to the changing needs of our residents. And I would like to extend my sincere gratitude again to AARP for their unwavering support. Many of you remember I served as state senator for 2 terms down in Indianapolis. And AARP is downstate fighting and advocating tirelessly for the residents in Northwest Indiana throughout the entire state. So I want to commend them for their hard work and dedication. Their expertise, let's give it up for them. Their expertise and dedication have been instrumental in helping us move forward with this initiative. Now, I want to introduce to you again Kiana Grant, who is our Director of Constituent Services. Kiana.
Thank you, Mayor Melton. Again, thank you to Emily and her team for definitely helping us to organize and get this age-friendly council together. So thank you, Emily. I just want to give a round of applause to you for all of your hard work and support. And so I'm really excited to talk about the City of Gary's partnership with AARP and our shared commitment to building an age-friendly community. And so I just want to give some context to the program and the initiative itself, as well as our next steps, which is where the work truly begins. And so really as a part of the AARP network of age-friendly states and communities, we're joining a national movement which is dedicated to making our cities and towns more livable for people of all ages, backgrounds, and abilities. And so central to this effort is a framework that identifies key areas for improvement in our communities. And so I want to give you these areas. And so we have outdoor spaces and buildings, transportation, housing, social participation, respect and social inclusion, civic participation and employment, communication and information, and lastly, community support and health services. And so to achieve this vision, we follow a very structured community building process. And that includes 4 very precise steps. And so number 1, we'll develop a leadership team. This group will guide the initiative and ensure that we stay focused on our goals. And so what we've already done is establish a strong and committed leadership team through Gary's Age-Friendly Advisory Council. And so this council is comprised of local government, nonprofits, businesses, and residents. And so more specifically, I want to acknowledge those who are a part of our Age-Friendly Council. And so we have representatives from Meals on Wheels, representatives from Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield, Gary Public Transportation, residents of Gary, partners from Oak Street Health, representatives from Gary Housing Authority, Habitat for Humanity, Center for Workforce Innovation, Gary Directors, Gary YWCA, and United Way. And so I want to acknowledge those partners who will be on this council. And I'm sorry, and also from Gary Common Council as well, and Dr. Seabrook, who will always remain a support to us. Thank you so much. And so, so we've already developed a leadership team. Number 2, we will conduct a community needs assessment, and that will help us understand our community strengths and areas for improvement in relation to those 8 domains of livability that I just shared. Number 3, that council will develop priorities which are based on the findings from that community assessment. And lastly, they will create a strategic action plan which addresses those priorities, taking concrete steps towards making Gary a more age-friendly city. And so I want to emphasize the importance of the community needs assessment. This Age-Friendly Council will deploy that assessment at several locations across the city of Gary. We have physical copies, which are actually here today. We will launch that as well online, so a lot of assessments can be taken digitally as well. And so again, this assessment is very crucial as it gives us a very clear data-driven understanding of what our residents truly need. It's going to ensure that the efforts of Mayor Melton, the city of Gary, and this council reflect the realities of what people are facing and not just assumptions. And so again, as I mentioned previously, this is really where our work begins. And so lastly, by engaging with our 50+ residents through this assessment, their concerns will shape the direction of our work. And I want to also make very clear that the voices of our older adult community are essential to every step of this process, from the assessment to the implementation and the evaluation of our action plan. And so the Age-Friendly Council and Mayor will work closely with our residents to ensure that their perspectives are heard and valued. And through this collaborative approach, we are very confident that we can create a community that is not only welcoming to people of all ages, but truly inclusive and empowering for everyone. And so now I want to pass the mic to Emily Gorman, our lovely Community Engagement Director from AARP, Indiana.
Thank you, everybody. And Kiana, I don't know that I could have said any of that better myself, so I feel like you did it justice. But good morning, everyone. My name is Emily Gorman. As they said, I'm the Director of Community Engagement with AARP Indiana. I'm here today as a representative of the AARP network of age-friendly states and communities, and we are delighted to celebrate alongside the City of Gary today as they mark this incredible commitment to making Gary a more livable and age-friendly place for all residents. I would like to take a moment to recognize and thank Mayor Melton for his swift action in recognizing the importance of this work during just his first 100 days in office. His commitment and dedication to prioritizing the needs of older residents and ensuring that Gary is a city where people can remain in their homes and communities as long as possible is truly commendable. The AARP Age-Friendly Network of States and Communities serves as a catalyst to educate local leaders, both elected officials and engaged residents, and encourage them to implement changes that make communities more livable for people of all ages. The network provides cities, towns, counties, and states with resources to become more age-friendly by tapping into a national and global network of planning models and best practices. Overall, the program aims to help local leaders identify and understand community needs and serves as an organizing structure for making improvements. Additionally, there is public recognition for becoming age-friendly, there are resources for identifying and assessing community needs, access to technical assistance, expert-led webinars, and support and best practice materials from us at AARP. Becoming age-friendly isn't a finish line, it's a goal and a commitment to consistently strive forward. Membership in the network does not mean that the community is currently age-friendly or a great place to retire. It simply signifies that this commitment to ongoing improvement and dedication to making the community more livable for all. I thank you all for being here today and for your commitment to making Gary a more age-friendly community, and let's continue this work together to ensure that Gary is a place where people of all ages can thrive.
Thank you, Emily. And now we will have a ceremonial signing of the executive order by Mayor Eddie Melton, which signifies our commitment to becoming a more age-friendly city while also establishing Gary's Age-Friendly Advisory Council.
All right. Let me quickly read the executive order. This is Executive Order 2025-01, an executive order regarding the creation of an Age-Friendly Advisory Council for the City of Gary. Whereas a significant portion of the City of Gary's population is aging, and an aging population affects all, as individuals and as civil society. And whereas Gary residents stay healthier and active longer, Gary is committed to adapting to the needs of changing demographics to serve the interests of its residents and sustain economic and social vitality. And whereas an age-friendly Gary commitment encourages active aging by optimizing opportunities for health for residents. And whereas where we choose to live, our physical, social, and cultural environment greatly impact how we live. And all Gary neighborhoods and communities play a critical role in helping residents live longer and better. And whereas the City of Gary is taking a lead in addressing the question of how business, government, nonprofits, and individuals will respond to the changing needs of our residents in terms of healthcare, housing, transportation, and other essentials. And whereas on February 3rd, 2025, Mayor Eddie Melton, the Age-Friendly Advisory Council, and the AARP are convening in the City of Gary to host a series of roundtable discussions on the kinds of policies and programs needed to foster innovation to create communities for all ages within our great city. And as I close, now therefore be it resolved that I, Eddie D. Melton, Mayor of the City of Gary, Indiana, hereby proclaim Gary as an age-friendly city in pursuit of becoming an age-friendly city, committed to promoting, creating, and sustaining communities for all ages. And now therefore be it further resolved through this executive order that the City of Gary Age-Friendly Advisory Council is hereby created and established as an advisory council for the City of Gary, which shall consist of 13 appointed members by the Mayor of Gary, each to serve a term of 2 years at the pleasure of the appointing authority.
And so, Erica, I would like if the remaining age-friendly council members, if you've entered the room and you are not up here, if you could please join us here for a group picture as Mayor Melton signs the executive order. So I see Adriana from Oak Street Health. I don't know if I saw any of the other age-friendly council members here, but if you are, please do join us. And then after the picture, I'll hand it over to Chief Communications Officer Erica Blackwell to take any questions and transition.
Good. All right. Here we go. Good. All right.
Okay. Right. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor Melton, Kiana Grant, Emily. At this point, we're going to move into a Q&A section. So if there's any members of the media, we're going to start with members of the media first, and then we're going to move into members of our community. So are there any members of the media who want to answer some questions, or ask some questions, excuse me? Jackie? Okay.
That Gary is proud that you've met the measure on?
Well, I don't think we've met the measure on a lot of these topics. This is the whole objective, the point of us bringing this group together. I think in our first year, we've done some great work and then established some of the progress, but I'm not satisfied with that progress. We've worked very hard to create an environment where it's more safe from a public safety perspective. Just a few weeks ago, Chief Cannon rolled out some of his public safety data. I know this is not a very exciting topic to talk about. When we look at overall violent crimes, we look at the overall, I hate to use this word in this setting, but homicides are down 23% compared to last year, in the last couple of years. That's a phenomenal step forward when we look at the work of public safety. When you look at infrastructure, we've invested $3.4 million in the streetlight initiative that we're deployed right now. So as you can see through our various main thoroughfares, phase one has started, 5th Avenue, 4th Avenue, Broadway, Grant Street, and Ridge Road. All of that will be done within the first quarter of this year. When we came into office, there were 2,000 streetlights and 900 were broken. And right now, that repair is being done. So by the end of this year, every single street light throughout the entire city will be redone with LED energy efficient lights. does not know about. My hope can identify those resources if individuals qualify for LIHEAP or to help them assist with their energy, if they qualify for other means or other programs that these utility companies may have. We'll try to get that information out. I think what I've seen in the past, has been an issue of communication. Like, what is the best method to get this information to residents? So it will be helpful if you share that with us, because everybody doesn't listen to a certain platform or they don't read a certain publication. So what is the best method to get that information out? And like you said, it could be through our faith-based partners. It could be through some of the other partners around the table. So I think that's one thing I'll ask this group to look at, like, how do we get that information out to help assist with those utility costs? Yes.
Mr. Mayor, if I can help you with that, the other way you can do it is encourage them to become a part of Silver Monday. Okay, I'm not embarrassed. If you don't endorse yourself, who's going to do it? Mr. Mayor, okay. And just coincidentally, on the 24th, guess who's at the table?
I'm going to ask.
Good morning. How often will the council meet?
So the Age-Friendly Council will begin their meetings this month, but they will establish their frequency at which they will meet. Yeah, we'll definitely be posting on social media, and I'll give this as well. A part of Mayor's vision, he'll be doing a lot of pop-ups to our older adult facilities, and the Age-Friendly Council will be assisting with that. And so to the point of communicating and dispersing that information, I believe that our community will definitely be at liberty to receive information in person as well.
Question concerning the Silver Mondays. Is it always informational where you're getting out information to the community? And secondly, what time do you all meet?
Silver Monday is every Monday at 10 a.m. We have kind of a set agenda, but we can always change it. Now, for instance, today is the first Monday. Let me just say it that way. The first Monday is always dedicated to our city. We've had the chiefs of both the police department and the fire department at our table. We've had different department heads. Usually I rely on Mr. Suggs to make sure that someone from the city is at the table on Mondays. Actually, the person who was supposed to be at the table today is actually at the table. And that's our person that you've heard from already. Silver Monday was designed to really assist our seniors, our citizens, what are you calling it? Age-friendly persons to stay in touch with what's happening in our city. If there's a problem, you should be able to identify who you can go to solve that problem. Okay, then on the second Mondays, I call it education. And please don't take this statement wrong. I am a Gary person. Had it not been for the Gary Community School Corps, I don't know where I'd be, because I worked for them for almost 40 years. Okay? So, when I say education, education looks different now. And many of our children right here in the city are not in Gary schools. So, I do reach out to Lake Ridge, which is still Gary, whether you know it or not. Am I correct, Mr. Mayor? Okay, I reach out to Lake Ridge. I reach out to the faith-based schools and the charter schools, because you need to know what's happening with your child when they enter those doors. So that's what we try to address. I hate the word try. That's what we address here at Silver Monday. Then on the third Monday, we have a person who gives up at least 2 hours of her office time every third Monday, to come and sit at our table. And she's at our table again this morning, Dr. Seawood. Okay, so I'm nervous. We only have usually 10 people. We got about 50 here this morning. Okay, so you do know how to cut and, make me look good. It's called editing. You know how to do that. Make me look good. Okay, all right. Okay, Dr. Seabrook, please forgive me. She's at the table with us, and we talk about medical kinds of things, from the time that your child should be getting immunizations to enter school, to the folk, our seniors, those medical kinds of things that we need to be aware of. Then on the fourth Monday, it's kind of an open house, okay? Like this morning, this nice young man said, "I'd like to be on your agenda." I said, "Choose the fourth Monday." So he will be here talking to us about Gary Transit on the fourth Monday in March. So hopefully that answered your question. Okay, you're more than welcome. And we look forward, and let me tell you, I say to our speakers all the time, you may only see 4 or 5 people in the room. Don't worry about it. Facebook Alive. Am I saying that correctly? Faith?
Whatever you want it to be.
I am plus 25. Okay. Anyway, we have an excellent viewing audience. And those persons can also ask questions through the Facebook connection that we have. So to me, we are making a difference. Thanks to Ms. J here at Jay's Breakfast Club. In case you didn't know it, she is my daughter. Okay. But if you cannot get here in person, is all I'm saying. Tune in. Ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask. Yeah.
Okay, let's give it one more time for her, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. I have a couple of highlights before my staff leaves, and then we come to the question. Let's go for the question, then I'm going to ask some highlights to talk about our side lot program before Chris leaves. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. First, I just wanted to say that I'm glad that we're working with AARP. I was a participant with AARP, and it's a great program to work with, to collaborate with, so I'm really glad that the City of Gary is doing that. I also wanted to ask the question because I know it's tax time, and we had people that were former tax attorneys and stuff for the AARP that would do the taxes for the seniors at the
Urban
League, and also at Calumet on 41st. So I just wanted to know if they were still doing that, because seniors need to know that they can go there and get their taxes done for free.
Yeah, that's a great question. We do still do that. You'd have to check our website to see when they start up again every year. I'm sure it's any day now. I don't know off the top of my head, but they do it every year, and we'll make sure that information gets out to you guys.
It's already started. Yeah, Urban League is already. Right. Okay, she said. I was going to say, yeah, they have already started, and so you have to call for an appointment, and they'll give you one. I don't know about the Calumet Township yet, but I know Urban Leg has. Just call for your appointment.
Adriana, did you want to add something? She's a member of our Age Friendly Council. Is there a mic?
Good morning again, everybody. My name is Adriana. I'm the Community Relations Manager for Oak Street Health, so it's our pleasure to be here. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Mayor, for considering us. We are proactively working on coming up with events and classes within our locations, both locations in 4900 on Broadway and 1310 on Broadway. I would love to come up with something for the seniors when it comes to taxes. We have a community room that is open for the public Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. We would like to volunteer to have a class for the seniors to do taxes there. Please just let me know when, and I'll make that happen. Again, Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. Please let me know, and I'll be there, and I have 2 outreach executives that can also help. We have decaf coffee, we have cookies, we can have light refreshments. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you.
And just keep in mind that Jay's Breakfast Club, Silver Monday is here. So if we need to communicate those kinds of things, that's the other thing, that we are always open to making community announcements. So we just want to have an informed community. Mr. Mayor.
Yes, ma'am. We got one more question.
Hi, my name is India Hicks. I'm a Gary native. So I just have a suggestion. I know there's about 5 senior building, like apartment buildings, and they do have the community centers, like the community rooms. I know that a lot of the seniors don't have transportation. So what my grandmother and some of her friends do, they carpool and they go various places. But I think bringing the service to them and their community buildings would be more helpful to them. Even bringing awareness to Silver Mondays. I think just going to them would be more helpful. Even like a tour, like the mayor, if like going out into the community, to their communities, like doing a tour around the senior buildings to let them know about, you know, this event as well. I think it'll be more helpful for them that way.
Yep, you're spot on. We actually are starting that this year at those senior facilities, so those are being scheduled as we speak. Before some of the folks start leaving, I wanted to ask Christopher Harris from our redevelopment department to share a program that I think is important for you all. This is our side lot program. So Chris, if you want to share a little bit about that.
Sure. All right. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Mayor.
Chris, why don't you come? Why don't you come
sure.
forward? Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. All right. Let's see how I don't know if that works. Here, I'll just stand up. Okay. All right.
You're good. You're
Come
good.
on back.
Whatever you
Okay. All
want.
right. Okay.
Mayor said keep coming.
All right. So let's do a survey. So how many of you live in the city of Gary and you have a vacant lot adjacent to your home? Okay. All right. So say about 30% of the room. So some of those vacant lots may belong to the city of Gary or the Gary Department of Redevelopment. We understand the burden that it is to be able to live next to a property that may not be maintained. The mayor has really emphasized opportunities for building wealth for our residents, and we have really ramped up our side lot program. So if you're not familiar with our side lot program is a program where if you have a 30-foot lot or less adjacent to you that belongs to the city of Gary, and you're a homeowner of the city, you have the ability to acquire that property via our side lot program. So you can apply online, or you can come to our office at City Hall on the 3rd floor in the community development space, and we can help you through that process. Now understand, when it comes to wealth building for our city, understanding the burden that you have living next to this vacant lot, you know, in our past, our zoning code required that you need 60 foot of frontage in effort to build a single family home. So it rendered a lot of these small lots almost valueless when it comes to new construction. But then your burden with living next to this lot that's not buildable. So you have the ability to be able to acquire that lot from the city of Gary if it's owned by the city of Gary or Department of Redevelopment. Now, there may be opportunities where you live next to a vacant lot where it might be privately owned. So definitely seek out an opportunity for an attorney in those matters, a real estate broker, to be able to find out who those owners are. But at least if the property is owned by the city of Gary or Department of Redevelopment, we have the opportunity to help support you in acquiring that lot so you can have a garage, you can expand your yard. And then one day, we're preparing to update our zoning code because we had support from AARP to help us with rethinking our zoning, how we can be more efficient in increasing density, that lot could be buildable in the future. So that's wealth opportunities that the mayor has been very passionate about. Right. So definitely welcome that.
All right, thank you. Yes.
Okay, so the database for properties that are owned. So here, right now, the best opportunity that you have is to go to the Lake County Assessor's website, the Lake County GIS, and you're going to search your own home, and you're going to see, you're going to click the parcel adjacent to you that you are inquiring about to see if it's owned by the City of Gary or Department of Redevelopment. If it is, then more than likely it's eligible if it's less than 30 feet in width. And then outside of that, and you're able to apply for a side lot application from there. But if it's privately owned, you may have to pursue private matters when it comes to hiring a broker or an attorney.
Once again, these are the kinds of things that we talk about on Silver Monday. Please come back and let us have these discussions. The other good thing about Silver Monday, you determine the persons that we bring in here. So if there's someone that you think you need to hear or get to know from our city or what's going on in our city, then you tell us, and we will do all that we can to bring them here. I know our mayor is a very busy person, and I just received a note saying he has to be somewhere at 11.
I didn't slip her that. I did not slip her that note.
However, I saw the police chief. I think he stepped out. Will he give you a ticket for speeding?
No.
I would really just like for you to introduce your people there standing in the back.
Yeah. So in the back, to my far left, and maybe to some of your right, we have Anthony Edwards, our Director of Code Enforcement. He's been doing a phenomenal job. He's very new to this position, less than a year. And when I tell you, if there's an issue on your block or your neighborhood, let's just say it's a car parked in front of on the lawn that's been there for a while, or someone is, I'm gonna tell you one of the biggest issues I want you to look out for. If somebody is working on a home and they don't have a permit posted in the window, please give code enforcement a call or the building department. We've been catching folks, a lot of that dumping. These are people that's coming in town, flipping these homes, gutting these homes, and you might see drywall, wood, cabinets on another side of town in a yard somewhere. So be very mindful of that, but code enforcement is doing a phenomenal job. We got Michael, who's our IT leader. Wave your hand, Mike. He's over our IT department. I'm gonna keep this next guy anonymous because he wants to remain anonymous. Chief Tillman of our Gary Fire Department, thank you so much for his leadership. Who else we missing? I got another anonymous guy. I'm gonna keep anonymous. Wendy, thank you so much over our HR department. Thank you for your leadership and team. Ms. Allen, Loretha Allen, and so much. Listen, then we got Latria. There's a lot of people here who work for the city because they're gonna get mad if I be like, you didn't say my name. So we got. If you work for the city, Gary, raise your hand right now. All right, thank you guys so much.
I have one additional question. Yes, please.
Yes.
Good morning. I want to compliment the Gary Police Department. If you see something, say something. I heard an Amber Alert the other day where a lady's car was missing and her child was in the seat. and right next to my trash can was a jacket, and I didn't know who it belonged to. So I called the police department. I said, the jacket is over here by my lot. And they rushed right over, found that it belonged to a man, and found blood all around my house. They detected everything, they cleaned it up, and gave me good support. So I want to compliment the Gary Police Department. You're fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you. We will pass that message on.
Okay,
All right.
with that, we're going to say to our Honorable Mayor, Melton, thank you so much. Thank you for the partnership that has been formed here today. I'm sure every citizen in our city will and can appreciate all that has been done. We have another comment? We forgot to.
I was going to ask
person
our
over
health
there.
commissioner,
Yes.
Dr. Seabrook, to say something. She was very instrumental in engaging this group in the beginning, so I want to thank her.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Ms. Rosie. This is something that the mayor put on my plate probably as soon as I walked in the door on February 1st, 2024. And here it is, February 3rd. So 1 year later, with the age-friendly, AARP age-friendly designation. It was quite a haul, but I'm glad that we were able to do it and assist in any way possible to bring in this much needed program and services and resources mainly to the city of Gary. And one of the things that I like to think about is the potential for grants for the city of Gary to be able to assist our citizens in getting things to help them age in place at home, such as the grab bars in the shower and things like that, ramps. So we have to think about those things that we could potentially, this council could potentially bring to the city and request that the city write grants to different entities to be able to get these resources for our citizens. So I'm excited, I'm happy, I'm glad it's off my plate. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Mayor said he's done because he doesn't want to get a ticket speeding to his next appointment because we do enforce the laws here in Gary, Indiana. Okay. One other question?
I don't have a question, but I just wanted to let everybody know I will be doing, I will take one of those Mondays, I'll set it up with you. I will be talking about senior fraud, which is rampant in this whole world. So I will be, so look out for the Monday that I'll be here talking about senior fraud.
And that is just so important. I know my children get tired of me forwarding things to them, but I tell everybody I'm a spoiled brat. Yes, I am. So there were a lot of things that I did not know and I still don't know, but I'm not too proud to ask. And I continually get fraudulent kinds of things that look so real, and that's what Sandra is saying also. Things are being given to our seniors that they really don't know how to navigate. So please get on the calendar. Okay, this time we're going to allow, I taught first grade, so we're going to have our mayor to please leave. But not before saying from Civil Monday, thank you, and please come back. He said, we need to do this more often. And I reminded him he's on the agenda every Monday. Thank you. Thank you. Are there any other questions before we close out?